Hi guys, good to have you back on the channel. In this video, I love to take you through the Synchron Stage Reverb. I would love to show you some stuff I will do with this plugin whenever I'm using it, and how extra you can go with this plugin aside the reverb function. And also we're going to be doing something interesting today because I was able to do something with this reverb that I haven't done since I've been producing. So we're going to do that together, and you're also going to give me your feedback if only you are interested in doing so. So there's no reason this intro being long. I'm the Regan. You know what I do here, and if you watching this video and you like it, please use the like button. And if you want to be part of this channel, you can also use the sub button so you get to see me whenever I drop the next video. Now in the video, this is the plugin we're gonna be looking at, and in no time you're gonna get your head around this entire plugin. And this is the production we're using for today's video. Yeah, so that's the production we're using for the video. And just as you hear the production, we already have some reverb stuff going on here, but I will now open all of the instances of the plugin I used, and then we take a look at stuff I did. Yeah, so if you look at this to if you listen this to the organ here, which is the bass. If you hear reverb, you know that I use reverb on the bass, and we're gonna get to that shortly. And I also use the reverb on this my jazz guitar. And I also use the reverb on this piano V3. Alright, so now you know the three plugins, the three instruments I use the reverb on. Now it's time to take a quick dive into the reverb, and then you see what are some of the stuff. So without the reverb on my piano V3, this had the piano sound. Kind of a dry and strong, right? But the reverb things just feel much more smoother. And as I mentioned in the intro of this video, I'm gonna show you reason you wanna use this plugin if not for reverb. So if you are one of those who wanna start doing orchestral music or big music, yeah, like me, if you love a lot of dramatic stuff going on, this is one of the plugins that's gonna help you with the placement of your instrument. So if you look at this UI here, you see we have percussion here. That is, you have to place your percussion in the middle of your whatever stuff you're doing. And then we have the horn back here, we have the horn front. So they just organize everything, showing you where organs are gonna be based off the Synchron Stage studio space. Yeah, I haven't been there before, so I'm not going to make more emphasis on that. Yeah, I'm not going to make more reference of that because I haven't been there. But now we're seeing the plugin, and those manufacturer of the plugin did stated that they did their best to get as much feel from that space into this plugin. So yeah, and I'm actually loving what I'm hearing. So these are all of the placement. You also have violin, you have viola, you have cello, you know, just showing you where you can place your stuff, right? So that's one of the reason you want to use this plugin. If you don't know where to place a particular instrument, you can go ahead to see that. And this, you can also go ahead experimenting. If you are doing backup track, you are doing doubles, you can go ahead experimenting the reverb placement. And the same goes with your vocal and drum here. This plugin is not that heavy. It's not that heavy. You can use multiple instances, you won't have your machine glitching, so keep that in mind. And we have another placement here. So maybe if you have a backup vocal, a choir, and then you want to place them in your stereo feed, you can put the soprano here, you put the alto here, you can do the tenor in the placement. You can also use the penny here. This is the penny, and then you can go ahead to pen here until you feel that it's sitting here. Trust me, it's going to come up. It's going to come up 100% good. All right, then let's come to the reverb section here of your stuff. So if you come to the reverb section here, we have the time frame of the reverb. If you want the reverb to be much longer, you're going to set it here. So by default is 1.18 seconds. If you want it much longer than that, then you can extend on the right. If you want it lesser, you can take on the left. Yeah, and this is where you clean up your reverb by high passing and low passing. Yeah, so if you put here, you are introducing more of the highs in the reverb. So you see it's not becoming bright, darker. Same with the low pass here. So normally you won't go ahead pushing this far, but in my case, I'm kind of feeling more of the grand feel, the hit of the grand piano. Yeah. So I think I'm loving it here so far. So I won't go too crazy with it. In my case, I think I'll be around 6%. And yeah, so I guess you have your head around this already. And this is the width of the reverb. If you want the reverb to be much wider or much narrow, you can play it here. So if I then increase the percentage to 200, the reverb is going to feel more spread in the headphone. So it's more spread in the headphone now. And then so let's set this one back to default. And then if I bring back to 100%, and then the same here, and then 100%. So this is the amount of the reverb, how much of the reverb you want to add onto the instrument. Wow. So now you see the reverb is that much on the plugin, and now we have the reflection of the reverb also coming back to our left ear where the organ is being panned to the right ear, right? So that's how reverb mostly operate. You just merge the source with the space you are placing it in, right? So if you are on the right and then you have echo, the echo is going to make the sound feel surrounding. It's going to make the sound feel round, you know. Yeah, so sometimes it just feel beautiful, and sometimes that's not what you want, right? In my case, I didn't want my organ to feel back in the left ear, so I reduced this to like 50%. So I still have my source being strong in the right ear, but I have the reverb there. And there's one thing I also should point out about this reverb is the fact that this reverb is smooth. It's smooth though, like we add the reverb here, the organ. And now with the reverb, it just makes the organ feel more smoother, and I won't lie to you, I love it though. I love it so much, love it. And let's talk about this reverb. You have A and B slot where you can, if you have done your first experiment here, you can then go to the B slot and then try another stuff out. You feel me? Yeah. Let's go to the part where I said we have to do testing, where you have to give me your feedback, how it's going to be sounding in your monitor, because it's my first time doing this, to be honest with you. Now this is why I'm talking about the bass. Since I've been producing, I've never intentionally reverb to a bass yet, and this is the first time I'm doing this, and I don't know how to feel about this, honestly. So that's the main reason I'm making this an open source stuff. You know, let me know how you feel about this in your monitor, if it's feeling good or if it's feeling bad. But for me, I don't know how to feel about this, but this is the setting I got, and from my standpoint, kind of a feel yes, okay. But let me know how you feel this in your monitor. It's gonna help. Yeah. All right, so this is it, and this I took the vocal and drum, I took the bass, and I upload a few of the parameter. I did set the amount to 30%, the wide default, and then I cut off the lows and then boost the highs a bit. And I'm now going to play you with the bass, and we'll add the bass. So this with the bass. Yeah, that's the reverb on the bass, and this the reverb, not me on the bass. And now let's on the reverb again. So what I'm feeling is like my guitar is being in the same room with all of the other instrument, you know, and just kind of really good. And one stuff I love is the high presence I add to the reverb on the bass. It just made me feel the slap on the guitar more. So let me off the drum so you hear what I'm talking about. So the guitar effects. Yeah, the wash. Yeah, so using this reverb made me kind of getting another experience here, but like I said, I'm not sure of this experience I'm getting, so I need your feedback to help me be on track. Maybe I should increase the low color a bit or I should reduce it. But if I'm being honest with you, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. And this is my first time doing this type of edit. So let me get your feedback in the comment section. And with all of that, that's it for the video literally. So I'm now going to play you all of the organ, the drum, everything, and then let's see what we come up with at last. So let me open one instead of the plugin, which is the bass, and then let's play. Alright guys, so that's it for the video. At this point, I'm sure you have gotten your head around this plugin. Yeah, so maybe there's something you wanna let me know. Maybe something which I went over that I didn't go over. Let me know. We'll address that in the comment section. About the baseline, also I'm expecting feedback from whosoever that's interested in giving me feedback. You know, I'm also learning the process. Yeah, so give me your feedback if it's working in your studio, or if it's not working, let me know. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, seriously. All right guys, so yeah, I call the video here today, and I hope to catch you on the next video.